Welcome to another video. Today I'm talking about how my client Becca went from 0 to 95k months in 6 months in her coaching business, selling a $49 product. I'm going to walk you guys through the step-by-step on exactly how she did that. By the end of this training, you'll know exactly how to turn one course into a complete revenue engine for your business. We're going to talk about adding bumps, upsells, increasing order value, all the good stuff and all the nitty-gritty. I'm going to go into great detail on this. I'm going to show you guys how to use email, organic content, and ads to keep sales coming just outside of the regular paid ads way that most people go through when they're selling courses. We're going to talk about one product, one funnel, and one system today. So we're going to look at the strategy as a glance. So we have the hero product, which you guys should all have. I would recommend it being under 49 USD or 75 AUD from wherever you are. If you're validating an offer or validating the market, I would suggest going cheaper than that. Get a bunch of runs on the board, get a bunch of case studies, get some testimonials, get proof, get all that type of stuff. Eventually, after the first month, we want to build out an average order value of $120 to $150. And then after that, increase it from there. How we do that or increase the average order value is we add on bumps. I'm going to run you guys through exactly how we do that in a second. Most traffic from a lot of people that are doing this well comes 50% ads, 50% organic and email. I would suggest a combination with marketing. I wouldn't just say do ads. I wouldn't just say do email. I wouldn't just say do organic. You need to have all three working in an ecosystem together. In terms of the cadence for this, daily content, daily email, and then we want to run a monthly sale. I'm going to go into depth on this as well. This type of business model, or low ticket, can get a little draining, especially if you're doing it on your own. So you want to have a team, a VA basically. So you come up with all the strategy, idea, content, ads, but you want a VA to execute on all of this stuff, which I'm going to talk through exactly what. So as you guys can see on the screen, I have basically 5-6 steps here. The sixth step is optional, but I'm going to go through it. So we'll have our sales page here and we'll have an order bump on it around $27 to $49. And then if you add the order bump on top of that, it can go to $49. Then we can have a third order bump. So this is, you've seen those funnels where you'll go through a sales page, you'll click it, they'll be like, hey, do you want this other thing? And then you say no, and then they offer you another thing and another thing. This is essentially how that works. Then we have some upsells that you can do via email, or you can do them on the funnel itself. There's no right way to do this. If you're just starting, I would recommend a sales page with an order bump, and then if you're going to sell other stuff, sell on email, which I'll show you guys how to do. At the end of all of this, I guess the key concept that you guys really want to learn here is it's really hard to get someone to pay you a lot of money for high ticket if they don't know who you are. It's a lot easier to get them to give you $1, 10, 20, 30, show value, do a really good job, and then sell them high ticket stuff later. So it's a really popular strategy that a lot of coaches use. We are experimenting with this quite heavily at the moment in our own company and our own marketing, but I think it's a really cool structure and strategy for a lot of people to run. Things you need to know here is if you're going to run a low ticket business, you have to be really comfortable with marketing. This is marketing intensive. So even in the intro part, I said daily content, daily emails, ads, sales, all that type of stuff. So you're going to have to be very comfortable with marketing if you're interested in this. So we're going to go into the first part. You need the offer, so the hero offer. Most people, like I'm going to give you guys the behind the scenes of the 411 on this. If you are selling something, it has to be damn good, okay? You can't just be putting up shit anymore. Especially with AI, like creating courses is pretty freaking simple, so it actually has to be good. The best in class, and the example I'm talking about here, Becca, she took a $12,000 program and sold it for $49. Obviously, it's gonna slap. Same with us. We've turned our $10,000 accelerator into a low ticket offer, which we're running on the front. So you really want something premium, okay? It's not just something slapped together, 5 4-minute videos of you doing thumbs up and being like, yeah, sell this for 49 bucks. That is not how it is gonna work. It has to be high quality, it has to be good. Just some examples here is like you want a deliverable if you're selling a course, a 90-minute core training, stuff around it. It has to have a point, so it has to be a purpose. You have to be teaching them something. There has to be checklists, tools, templates, scripts, like highly valuable stuff to help your prospect get a result with the thing you're doing. So we're gonna get into the order bump. After you've got your main thing, we want to have an order bump. So an example on the side here, this one is Human Design Business Cue Cards, only $35. These cue cards do XYZ and they give you XYZ. So this is an order bump on the main page. I would say pricing on this anywhere from $15 to $40, depending on where you're at. You want to have a quick win at the checkout. So you've got them on the landing page. They have purchased the thing or they're about to purchase the thing. And it's like a, hey, what's that like infomercial they used to run with like steak knives? It would be like, hey, with these steak knives for an extra $30, you can get all these other steak knives, spices and all this other stuff. You want to think like that when we're creating these order bumps. So for us, it's always, the question I ask myself is how can I make this easier to implement and get a result. Usually scripts, swipe files, templates, calculators, all that type of stuff works really well with order bumps. And a goal for this is 30 to 45% take rate, or people take you up on it. You can track that. I'm going to go through some examples and statistics you need to know later when you're setting this up. So we've got 3 upsells or opportunities. 2, the numbers are arbitrary here. So the upsell 1, I've got 147 to 197. These are just outlines. So we go thing that's around under $50, upsell that's under 40 or the bump. Then we have upsell 1, which is more expensive, upsell 2, which is cheaper, and then a downsell if they say no to all of the rest. So for example here, upsell 1, we've got toolkit, pro kit, delivery bundle. Upsell 2, we've got time-saving stuff, so AI prompts, bots, templates, that kind of stuff. And then downsell is like a light version of it. Goal for each of these, and the take rates are there. So the funnel flow is landing page, checkout with the order bump, and then a thank you page. On the thank you page, that's if you were just going to run the simple version. The thank you page can be replaced with more sales pages, okay? Hey, you didn't say yes to this, but could you be interested in this? Hey, you didn't say yes to this, but could you be interested in this? Okay, so we're just adding in more sales pages on that as well. Obviously, post-purchase, we're going to say, hey, you downloaded this thing. Here it is. By the way, I don't want you to miss out on this thing. And then you can drive them back to the sales page as well. In terms of delivery, I recommend GHL, probably the main one. A lot of people use Kajabi, Thrivecart. I think Unbalanced is one as well. For tracking, just the Metapixel and UTMs, which I'll go into as we go through. Landing page structure. So really simple stuff with landing pages. My best piece of advice, if you're going to run a funnel like this or a business like this, you just want to find someone who's killing it in these type of niches. And you want to look at their landing pages, put it in AI and be like, what are the key components of this that I can't miss? And then you go and just build your own, like Frankenstein it. So a headline has to have an outcome, time frame, and a methodology. Subheadline is proof. Then we have deliverable icons of exactly what they're going to get within the program or course that you're selling. Fast wins that people have had in 7 days when using it. Case study, notes, screenshots, FAQs, guarantees, and then multiple CTAs throughout. So really simple stuff if you've ever set up a landing page. If not, just use AI, ChatGPT, whatever we're using at the moment. We just want to get a structure. I just want to emphasize, I'm going to give you heaps of content and heaps of detail in this video today, but you just need to make a start. So think about the one thing you want to sell on the front end and a bump, and you're pretty much good to go. And we can start making copy, writing headlines, building landing pages, and setting up all the sequences and automations for this. Don't get too bogged down with, hey, I've got to have 7 things and 7 funnels and 7 landing pages. Let's just start. And that's the key with this. So the email engine behind this, there's a bunch of different ways you can do email, and I looked at best case scenarios. I opted into tons of funnels and went through it from there. But once you give them, or someone has purchased what you're selling, you want to send them an email and give them another opportunity to buy something else. That's really good. Another way to do it is you can run a lead magnet on the front. So example, we're running a lead magnet at the moment, and it's our top 10 most viral posts that we grew 45,000 followers and $8.4 million in sales. They download the lead magnet, and it's, hey, thanks for downloading the lead magnet. By the way, we're selling our accelerator course for $49. Here's the link. It's reduced from $10,000. Okay, and that's in the PS of all the emails. Also in that first email, when someone downloads a lead magnet, or if you're doing that sequence, you want to get them to reply on that first email, and that helps build your email deliverability and boost your score with the email service providers, which is great. You've also got some quick wins in the first couple of emails. You can do a coupon, a 50% off, or anything like that. Other than that, the rhythm, I would recommend 5 emails a week minimum. 3 nurture, telling your story, and then 2 pitching a product. Then a monthly sale, there is a 6 email warm-up sequence where you're talking about the product if you're coming out with a monthly sale, and then you've got 5 sales emails on the back of that. On top of all of that, I guess the main thing here is we're emailing our list consistently about the offers that we have, which is just really good marketing and sales. I have linked this. If you guys want a copy of the 7-Day Slam, this is the simplest, most annoying, and best email campaign I've ever run. And it is so brutally simple. I'm going to show you. Email 1, 50% off incredible course. I made a quick video on how I insert result that you get. You can check it out too. It doesn't have to say video. You can change the copy. But the thing is, we're having a curiosity-based headline. We're saying, hey, I got this result. Check it out if you want it. And we're driving them to the sales page. Essentially, this is 10 emails in 7 days. 7-Day Slam, it's epic. Send me a DM on Instagram at RealTimForA if you want a copy of the 7-Day Slam. I'll send it over to you. That's a really good way to make email sales as well, especially once someone downloads a lead magnet or you're doing direct sales emails from there. We're going to talk organic content. A lot of people, I think they make it way too hard with organic. You guys want to pick one platform, and we want to do at least 3 to 4 posts a week. Then in those posts, we want to have a mini chat thing going on. I'm going to give you an example. Essentially, it's like comment word below, and I'll give you X, okay? And that way we're collecting email addresses and then we're remarketing them with our stuff, like I was talking about email marketing before. On top of that, you want to do a daily story with a mini trigger. Hey, I'm running 70% off my fitness, human design, business coaching, whatever it is. Comment the word below and I'll send it over to you, okay? And then you're obviously collecting email addresses, adding them to your email list, and then you're getting warm leads on your organic as well. I would just suggest Instagram for this. It's much simpler. In terms of formats, Reels are working well at the moment. Swipe through carousels and then proof screenshots. I've got a bit of a combination here. This is one from my Instagram. Here's how I make sure my paid ads perform every single time without wasting money. I've got a screenshot. It's a fake screenshot there just for the laughs, but we'll click into it and I'll show you guys the example of this. So comment ads below and I'll send it to you. So it's a mini chat sequence. Works super well for us. In Successful, you guys can see exactly how that works. All right, we're going to talk paid ads, and there's probably hundreds of courses on this, but the easiest way, the simplest way, and paid ads nuance polices are going to be out there and they're going to be like, nah, that's a shit strategy, but this works. Most simplest way to do it is you want to do a lead ad. And example, I didn't use our client Becca on this, I used another client, Rich. I just want to show you what some different kind of lead ads look like. Rich is a relationship coach and he's got the 3 mistakes that push her farther away. It's a download, which is great. And what Rich could do, he'd get a bunch of dudes downloading this lead magnet for $1, $2, $3, and he could say, hey, it's Rich, thanks for downloading this, here it is. By the way, I have a $49 course that's at a huge discount at the moment, and I'm going to show you exactly how to fix these mistakes in a course. I'm going to give you all this other cool shit. And then Rich can send 10 emails in 10 days about the offer that he's making, but he got the lead for $1, okay? Because he was giving away something like a really good lead magnet like this. That's one strategy. The second strategy you can run with paid ads is just sending them straight to your landing page, which is great, but quite expensive, okay? The other thing there is if you're running just a direct sales campaign, you're not really generating many leads, aka you're not growing your email list, you're not doing any of that stuff. I know it's a little bit more to get going in terms of getting the lead ads working, but I would probably suggest starting with that. Once you've got that humming, let's work on the second ad where we're just running direct sales traffic. It can be expensive and you really got to watch your average order value, all that type of good stuff. And then the third one is warm retargeting. So this is retargeting anyone that's been on your website, Instagram followers, Facebook followers, email list, all the good retargeting places that you can go to is you just want to send them directly to your sales page with an offer. Okay, that works really well. 3 funnels I would suggest getting set up in order. Budget, 50 to 100 AUD a day. And we want to scale when the ROAS gets to 1.5 or above. So meaning you're putting $1 in and you're getting $1.50 back. That's positive. That's what we want. A couple of creative styles here, guys, is UGC, selfies, proof carousels, text on color graphics, heaps of shit. All right, so a couple of guardrails for your ads is you want your CTR, the link clicks, to be over 1%. Ideally 2. CPM is less than $30. I usually track that in a 48-hour window. Add to cart percentage on our landing page is 4% plus. Other targets, cost per acquisition is under $40, which means if I'm selling something for my average order value is 100 to 120, the CPA under 40 is good, okay? So we want to be obviously making more money than we spend, but you're going to be making tons of cash on the emails, text remarketing, I didn't mention that, but email, text remarketing, and social media. We all want it to work in an ecosystem together, okay? That is the key. A couple of measurements and things you want to track. So in terms of the landing page, we want to get an 8 to 12% conversion rate. Checkout, on the checkout is the conversion rate should be 18 to 25%. The bump take rate, 30 to 45%. The upsell take rate, 10 to 20%. As you can see, guys, we're not just throwing shit out and hoping for the best here. We are strategically measuring this, and it's got to almost be your full-time job if you're getting into this stuff, is getting really granular on the data. A couple of easy uplifts here to get more conversions and get more sales is you want to add PayPal or Apple Pay to this. Timers and coupons in the emails, they work really well. Sticky call to actions and a thank you page pitch on the funnel works really well. So the big idea here, guys, is I've run through a bit of a takeaway on how my client Becca did it. I went through ads, email, all the good stuff, but you can turn one course, one product, one program, whatever you do, into a full revenue engine that makes enough money to pay for you and your family to live forever, just by simply harnessing the power of a compound marketing system that works together and compounds, simplicity in a funnel, and building momentum with the daily habits of making content, making emails, checking your ads, updating your ads, improving your landing page, improving your funnels, and making it all better and better. So if you got some value from this, and you want to build a 100K a month online coaching business like Becca nearly did and will do soon, watch the pinned video on our channel. My wife Steph goes through how exactly we do that in a bunch of steps. If you got some value from this, guys, hit the subscribe button. It was great to have you today, and I hope you got some light bulb moments from this video.